welcome to another episode of Adventures with Richel, the podcast. I'm Richel Stratton.
Brian Murray.
And thank you for listening. We're very, very excited to have you. Brian, how are you doing?
Great.
Great. Perfect. Wonderful.
Feel good.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Look good?
Well, that's up for debate.
I like that hat.
Because it's aqua.
Aquamarine. Those two are not the same colors.
They're not?
No.
How come?
What do you mean, how come?
How come they're not?
This is blue?
And this is aqua?
Yes.
Am I seeing it different?
Yes. Remember how I told you that, like, women have more rods and cones in their eyes so they can see, like, different color spectrum? You think that those two colors are the same colors?
I don't. They're close.
It's
from the same family.
Yes. Same family, probably.
Okay.
But, not the same color.
How was Penhurst?
Good. How was Penhurst for you?
I like it.
Good. I want to talk about something that happened, like, last week. Okay?
Yeah.
The lights in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think it's called Aurora Borealis.
I love how you said that because it sounded like a puppy dog. Aurora.
Aurora Borealis,
yeah.
right?
Something like that.
I may be pronouncing it wrong. I don't know. So get a message from our good friend Shauna saying that we can see them outside. So I go outside, me and Chris do. And we're looking. And I'm like, is it cloudy? Like, this kind of looks like an orangish pink color over here. I don't know. Looking, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't really tell. This might be it. It's not super bright. Then I get on Facebook, and Matt, who lives 4 houses away from me,
I can see his house.
has these amazing pictures of it. And I'm like, where are we getting these pictures?
Because you live in the same sky.
The same sky.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, and it was like shot over by like where I would be able to see it.
What if everybody's messing with us?
Everyone in the world.
I'm saying, what if it?
There's other people too. Did they all collect? Is Michelle behind this?
I don't know. She probably is. She's good at this stuff.
She's good at this stuff, but like I didn't see it. Did you see it?
No. Well, in my defense,
you can't see colors.
I go to bed like at 8 o'clock in the evening. I went to
Yeah.
bed like 8 o'clock last night because I get up really early.
Yeah.
So I woke up to get a water drink. Is that a weird way to say it?
Do you like drinks?
Anyways, I went to get a drink and pee-pee and scrolled the phone and I see all these people having these pictures. So I went outside. I looked at Michelle. I was like, did you see the pink sky? She had absolutely no idea what I was talking about.
Me and Chris had no idea what anyone was talking about.
Did you see Donaville posted it or something? Is that why you went out?
And then, no, Shauna messaged me.
Okay.
And then we went out.
So I go out. It's 10:30.
Looking around.
It's this black sky.
Yeah.
Then I got mad.
Well, I was kind of like, what's going on? And Chris is like, it's apparently, he's like, first of all, we didn't get any, like, heads up.
No, where did that come from?
Which other people may have gotten heads up. I don't know, but I didn't know anything about it. And he's like, but I just looked it up. And he's like, apparently it's going on all night long. And I was like, well, I'm going to bed. I'm not going to stay up to watch the sky may or may not change colors. Like.
Do you realize this is also the second time this has happened to us?
What are you talking about?
We were in Alaska when it was supposed to hit.
Yeah, but it was snowing the whole time.
So we couldn't see it. Now it happened in the backyard.
And we couldn't see it.
Didn't even know about it. Where did you guys get this information?
Yeah.
Was there an app?
And if there is going to be any cool sky things happening, can you shoot a message?
I got mad on Facebook.
Yeah, can you shoot a message to us and be like, hey, at this time, this is happening. Heads up.
Did you see my post?
What'd you post?
I thought we were friends. Like, we can't let somebody know that the sky's going to be pink? Nobody's going to say anything. Let your house be haunted. Let it be haunted. That's what I said.
Also, want to say, like, not that the lights aren't cool, but have you seen a sunset, guys? Because the sky turns pink.
Yeah, but
and orange.
I'm
and
mad
purplish.
because I saw a picture of old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Ronnie,
the hospital.
Brooke.
And it's just this pink background. And I was like...
But they live farther than us.
It's the same sky.
Yeah, but that, I think, travels a path.
There was shit from Matt's house. That isn't 400 feet.
Okay. I think it's more than
Maybe it's 500.
I was going to say.
It's not a mile.
It's not a mile, I know. But I'm saying, like, I get, like, that at Old South Pittsburgh, the sky may be different, look different than here. Those are states.
Right.
I don't get, which even the sky from our house to Shauna's house, it may be different. It's like a 45-minute drive. It may be different, okay? Because sometimes they get storms and sometimes we don't, okay? The sky from my house to Matt's house should be the exact same.
It's 5 driveways. I'm actually counting them.
It should be the exact same.
How did you miss?
I don't know.
Because I seem like Matt posted 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess he could have took it earlier, but...
I don't know.
Well...
But anyway,
It's
apparently
supposed to happen...
tonight as well.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
No.
Anyway, it's supposed to happen again. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay? The sky's weird.
It is.
And...
Nobody really likes the color pink anyways.
Let us know in advance.
Right.
So we know.
If anything else is about to happen, like I feel like if the zombie apocalypse, when would we find out?
When one of us got bit.
Yeah, like son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
Let us know that it's happening.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've got to start watching, like, regular TV. Like, the news or, like, getting on a news, like, website or something. I've got to.
The news is depressing.
I don't watch it. But I feel like I don't know what's going on in the world half the time.
You think that one dude went out and said, damn, that's pink. And
Yeah.
posted it, and then everybody else?
It's like, that's pink. Yeah. But some of them were purple.
I just don't understand why I didn't know.
I don't know either.
That makes sense.
But I feel like, let us know, guys. Jeez.
I mean, it's piss poor on your performance.
Yeah. Not us. We're not at fault for not knowing
right.
things.
Absolutely. What's today's topic?
Today's topic, keeping up with the theme of this season, is serial killers.
Why did you smile?
Because you...
Make it more ominous. You're smiling.
When I was telling Landon about the serial killer, I was like giggling, and he said, I feel like this is not the correct response.
No.
And he's like, I get why you think it's funny. He's like, but I know you're not thinking it's funny, but you're like thinking it's ridiculous. Like, I'm laughing because I'm like, the ridiculousness of this.
Well, the cops on this one's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I'm like laughing about it. But he's like, that's not the correct response.
No, I don't, maybe it's nervousness.
I don't know. I will say, though, that I feel like people are funny. How they respond to things.
True.
How they cope with things.
Right. We just got pissed about pink skies.
Pink skies, I know. It's like, and I think that that's where the, like, laughing comes from. It's because I'm like, that's how you have an emotional response to it.
I get it.
You know what? So I'm like, I'm laughing because I'm like, that's so ridiculous. Like,
this case really is.
It is. But I'm like, if people just did that.
Where was the backgrounds?
Right?
Like,
right?
We've done TV.
Okay, let's get into this, okay? So this serial killer, like the last time, we are not going to tell you who it is until the end and see if you can figure out who it is, okay? So, this guy was born August 23rd, 1943 in San Antonio, Texas.
Texas!
Yes. He and his sisters were raised by his mother in LA after their dad abandoned them.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here's the start of it.
Dad abandoned. Usually it's mommy issues.
Yeah,
but
he was a drunk.
maybe. Who knows? I mean, he also, like the other one, joined the services, but he joined the Army in 1960, where he served as a clerk. Okay? Keeping records or whatnot.
Oh, God.
Okay? But 4 years later, in 1964, he had what they would call a nervous breakdown.
Okay. Close to Vietnam, I get it.
And was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder by the military psychiatrist and was discharged.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, something's not right with you. We don't need you serving our country. You're a liability. Let me send you out into the public.
Right. Right.
Like,
yes.
the military doesn't want you.
Right.
Because we're scared.
So, everyday people.
Get to deal with you now.
Yeah, you go out there.
Okay. Anyway, it was claimed that he had a genius IQ level. I don't know what his IQ level was, but apparently it was genius level. All right. And he graduated from UCLA School of Fine Arts after his discharge. Now, there's some things in there.
What do you mean by things?
An incident
Oh,
of some sort.
okay. Was it the antisocial disorder kicking in?
I don't know. But apparently, he lured a girl, I think she was 12 years old, back to his apartment and, beat and raped her or whatnot. And someone saw him lure her.
Okay.
And by the time the cops got there, he had escaped. Okay? So he escaped and then went to New York and decided that he was going to attend NYU using an alias. And he studied film.
Okay.
He liked to do photography and things, which that might throw you off the scent, or it might tell you exactly who we're talking about. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so he liked to take pictures. While he was attending NYU, during the summer of 1971-ish, he was a camp counselor. Okay?
Stop. How does he get...
For children!
How does he get that job?
Well, he had an alias.
Yeah, but... Okay.
Okay? But by this time, he had already committed crimes and was on the FBI's wanted list. 2 campers who were at the gas station saw his picture on the FBI list and reported him.
Okay.
His first crime was in 1968 at around the age 25, which I believe was this little girl that he got away with. And then later on, by 10 years later, in the midst of his sprees, he's already done stuff, has been convicted, because he got extradited back to California.
Okay, they caught him then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And got sent back to California, where, they couldn't exactly convict him because it had been so many years afterwards, and the little girl that it happened to didn't want to testify anymore. Basically, they were trying to keep her sheltered or whatever. But anyway, he was a convicted rapist and sex offender by this time, when he was accepted on The Dating Game, which is a TV show. And me and Brad were just talking about, for TV shows, at least now, you have to do a background check, a psych eval, an IQ
multiple
test,
tests,
a personality test.
Yeah.
You have...
Almost everything is a background check on you.
Not then, though. He was on The Dating Game. And I think he was the winner.
He did win.
He was the winner. And the other contestants were he was a strange guy with strange beliefs. And the lady, the bachelorette, didn't go on a date with him.
Because she thought he was creepy.
Because she thought he was creepy.
Yeah.
And supposedly, that triggered him to commit more crimes. But I don't think that she needs to fault herself, because he was already committing crimes before she ever came around.
Right.
And the fact, when I was looking at the timeline, it is in the midst of getting, like, convicted and then out.
I watched the footage.
And that's what I was laughing about when I was telling Landon. I'm like, this motherfucker was a camp counselor, went to 2 different schools, and graduated 2 different schools.
On TV.
On TV.
One.
Is on the FBI's most wanted list. But he has a different alias. And, like, can you imagine being that camper that you guys go to the gas station and you see this and you're like, hey.
Right.
That's Craig.
How did the world miss him?
I know.
If the list is out and he's on TV. This is a popular show.
Yeah, I know.
This is back in 1978.
I know.
He's on this dating show.
Mm-hmm.
3 eligible bachelors. He's one of them.
Yeah.
He wins. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The host introduced him as a successful photographer who got a start when his father found him in a dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. That's a weird way to say something, isn't it?
Fully developed how?
That was the end of the comment. Okay? That's how he introduced him onto the thing.
Did he write his bio?
He had to have. He had to say, this is what my dad said. He must have thought it was funny, the host, and that's what he says. That's disgusting.
So he's like fully developed and Polaroid's fully developed.
Yeah.
Like, and they were like, oh, he's quirky.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not quirky.
Let's keep going. I mean, have you seen him? He's a big dude. He's a good-looking man. He
Yeah.
he looks athletic.
Yeah.
Like, most girls, by just the appearance, would probably be ready to go out on a date. Right?
Right.
I mean, in the 70s.
I feel like he was an attractive man.
Right.
Also, kind of weird because, like, maybe he's found him fully developed and then he abandoned him and his mom and sisters.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause, like,
understand.
Like,
That's a
that
weird
doesn't
way.
really add up,
No.
right? You know, like,
Well, from what you said, his dad abandoned him.
yeah.
So, it's weird.
Maybe it was a stepdad. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me tell you a little bit about this episode, though, and some of the weird things that happened while he was on it.
Okay.
'Cause I watched the episode,
Yeah.
and I wish I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could have picked him out.
Uh-huh.
But this man, the confidence that he had was unreal.
Constant confidence is attractive.
The confidence he had, knowing what he's actually doing,
Uh-huh.
and being, like, putting on that different face was weird.
He had a genius level IQ
Yes, he sure did, and he put it on display.
and no mustache.
He, yeah, he did not. So throughout the episode, he enthusiastically responded to the Bachelorette suggestive questions, likened himself to a banana, saying that the nightmare is when he really gets good, and acting out the part of a dirty old man. That was his answer. Okay? This is after he served 34 months in prison for the brutal rape of this young girl. It was an 8-year-old girl.
Okay. Well,
Okay, which doesn't, I mean, 8 to 12, it's a young girl, it's disgusting.
I thought she was 12.
Yeah, I thought she was,
Anyway.
and like you said, he was put on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The thing about it is, I'm going to go with, if I'm on a dating show and every question that you answer is somehow referring to how big you are,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anything to do with you.
Well,
Like, you're a pervert.
nighttime is when he gets really good.
Like, you're a pervert if you're
Right.
like banana. And
When he says this stuff on the episode, you can find it on YouTube. They're literally like, everybody's laughing. Oh, this is amazing. You
Yeah.
can't say that shit nowadays.
No.
Okay, not that you can't be a camp counselor after doing what you did. And if you're on the wanting list, you're not going to be on TV. You probably ain't going to do much after the Navy or the Army got rid of you.
Yeah.
Right? That should be like the number one thing that they're aware of. They did not, you guys, you didn't do good records back then.
No research on these people.
I mean, at all.
You're just like, oh, you're quirky. Let's go ahead and put you in.
That's crazy. So 78, he is on that show, and 79, he's already killed 7 people. Okay?
That's a lot.
That they know of.
That they know.
They think it could be way much harder. They called him the perfect killing machine. He would not only just kill them, he would strangle them and get them to where they were almost dead, and then redo it again.
He liked to toy with his victims.
Yeah. Taking pictures of them,
Uh-huh.
posing their bodies, doing it over and over and over again.
Uh-huh. Also, this was all going on around the time of Ted Bundy as well.
Oh, yeah. And
So.
They actually thought that some of his crimes were Ted Bundy's.
Yeah.
Those two. Ugh.
Yeah.
In 1980, he was sentenced to death for a 12-year-old Robin Simone's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was reversed in 84. 2 years later, it was reversed, and he was granted a new trial. And then they sent him to death, the death penalty again in 1986. He did die of natural causes. He is crazy. He would strangle his victims. Like I said, he would make sure that they're not dead, and then he would bring them back and do it again until they were, position them. They think that he's got up to 130 murders.
Mm-hmm. He had a thing with necrophilia as well.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
No.
I don't understand this guy, and I don't understand where the people were.
I don't either. Because, like, when I was looking at the timeline is legit. Commits a crime, gets charged with it, serves like a year, gets out, reinvents himself with a new alias, commits a crime, goes to school, camp counselor, gets arrested, convicted, overturned, out, commits a crime. Like, he's just like,
why do they keep letting him out?
Going on a dating show after he's already had these crimes committed that he's been
But why would they keep letting him out?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I think 130 is a stretch.
I don't know.
But I know that there were multiple states that when he was actually put in prison, there were multiple states that they were looking at places that he had been, and there were some missing people, and DNA even back then wasn't very good. We may find out, as the years go by now, that his numbers are probably going to grow.
Yeah.
Just like the last one we talked about.
Which thought that they were Ted Bundy's crimes. I wonder if that pissed him off.
Ted or this other guy?
Either or. You know how they're weird about that.
They are weird about it. Yeah, I mean, it's almost the same MO.
Yeah, but like, let's take killing out of it. If someone does a job, like if you do a job and someone else gets credit for it, does it make you mad?
Yep.
Are you just saying that? Or are you like...
Well, I don't... Yeah.
Like if you... Flawless concrete. The best concrete job you've ever done. And they're like...
Way to go, Tim.
Like, Tim, you did such a great job on this. And Tim wasn't even there.
Yeah. I'd be a little bit like... Well, I think I'd be like, motherfucker, I did it.
Yeah. So do you think that they are like that?
Absolutely.
Or if someone does like what you consider a crap job.
Yeah. And
they're like, hey, Brian, we saw the concrete you did. You're going to be like, I didn't do that.
These people are so self-centered.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so it may have pissed this guy off if Ted Bundy was getting a little bit of credit for it. He may have been like, listen, he ain't the only good-looking serial killer out there. I was on a dating show.
Yeah.
Was Ted on a dating show?
And I won.
And I won. Was Ted on a dating show? I don't think so. Teddy. Like, you know what I mean?
They were working in different areas, though.
Well, it sounds like this guy was working all over. Yeah.
That's terrible sounding.
Committing crimes in different areas.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so the timeline of the whole situation, I find funny. Because I'm like, there are so many times that it is like, yeah, he should not be out.
Well,
and you're letting him out. He also wrote a book. He wrote a book.
He what?
He wrote a book And in the book, he's claiming his innocence.
He's not innocent.
He's not innocent. There's been DNA that backs it up. Claiming their innocence. Like,
He got to live till he was 77 years old,
yeah, I think it's like called Yes, the Jury or something like that. But yeah, claiming, nope, innocent.
That's to get more attention. They love that attention.
Yeah.
I think they love getting caught. Who's going to tell their stories if they're going to get caught?
True.
So I think there's a moment where they're saying, I've got to...
They have to do enough stuff for the police and FBI to connect the crimes to one person to get the clout that they want of these people count towards my tally.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Like, do you think that they purposely are like, I don't feel like killing him this way today, but like, I'm gonna kill him this way so that they know it was me? Or is it just like something that they specifically are like, hey, I just like this?
I think it all comes down to their likes and their wants.
Usually in the beginning, the first couple kills are not always the same. Because they're trying to figure out
how to get away with it?
Not how to get away with it, what they like.
Right.
Because a lot of the things have to do with mommy issues and like sexual things.
A lot of them have a sexual thing.
Yeah, which is unlike women. A lot of it has to do, I don't feel like it has to do with sexual, it has to do with, you hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Do you kind of agree?
Yeah.
You didn't treat me right.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's necessarily always sexual with women, but men, like, a lot of the time I feel like it's a mommy issue, daddy issue, usually a mommy issue, and some type of weird sex thing they're planning out.
I want you to go watch the clip on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to watch the clip on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me if you were a woman. Well, you are.
Yep.
Why am I pointing?
I have pants on, by the way.
Ladies, tell me by the way this guy acts, not looks, not that he's muscular or anything, but the way he acts, if you would be attracted to him. Because I'm telling you, man, out of the 3 people that are up there,
he shouldn't have won, is what you're saying.
No. Not by acts alone and the way he answers questions and the way, I mean, cocky.
See, cocky is not attractive. Confidence is attractive. Cockiness is not. There's a fine line.
That girl doesn't know how much she lucked out.
The only reason she lucked out is because she listened to her intuition that said, this guy's creepy. I don't want to go on a date with him. Because up until that point, she didn't luck out. He won. She picked him.
She did pick him. Though I'm mad at everybody after the army.
That just never got, like, never stepped in, was like, hey, we need to make sure that he doesn't.
When he gets taken back to California.
Yeah.
And even though that girl didn't want to press charges.
It's not that she didn't want to press charges, she didn't want to testify. They had enough evidence, but she didn't want to testify.
And he did go to jail.
Yeah, he got convicted.
Why was he able to walk free again?
There are a lot of people that are convicted rapists and, like,
but if they looked at his Navy or his Army records.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, this one right here, I just don't understand how he got this far.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they didn't have the time. It'll be all right.
I am also wondering, like, I guess back then they didn't do, like, because now, like, to join the military, you have to pass a psych, like, evaluation. So I'm guessing, like, they didn't have to do that. I want to know if he was, like, kosher until the mental breakdown.
Well, he might have been, but the 60s, man, they would take anybody in the military. That's a big war coming up, so...
Yeah, so they were kind of like...
You can breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You in.
Yeah. But, you know what I mean?
Especially the Army. Sorry.
Stop zipping.
That is a nervous...
That's a pocket that he's unzipping and zipping back up. But stop doing it.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
But anyway, do you know who we're talking about? Not you. Listeners, do you know who we're talking about?
I want you to say his name.
Okay. It is Rodney James Alcala.
Yes.
Also known as the dating game killer.
I've seen some of the photographs that he took.
Uh-huh. Were they good? Because it says that he is a, what was it, superior photographer?
There was scared girls in it.
Did you see any of his other photography?
No, I didn't see the tree.
He's flat out advertising. He's like, I take photos.
But you should see the terror in this girl's eye.
Just the one eye? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have made the joke. Yeah, she's scared. Wouldn't you be scared?
Yeah.
If this guy keeps strangling you till you're unconscious and then you wake up and he's posed you some other way.
Yeah.
And then, like, you don't know what's going to happen, but you can imagine it's not good.
Yeah. They're heinous. I felt kind of ill.
Yeah.
When I saw the picture, because it was like, and don't ask me how I saw the pictures, but it was on.
See, I don't
something.
typically look up pictures.
I didn't either. It was just attached.
Yeah, I don't typically.
I know what it was. It was on the TikTok.
Okay.
And it said, last photos of people right before a tragic event. And it was like a guy was taking a selfie and there was a great white shark behind him.
Okay. What?
You couldn't hear that motherfucker coming? It's a big ass shark.
I want to know what side of TikTok you're on.
You know what it recently is?
What?
Well, no.
Yeah, what is it? I want to know.
What was on it all day today?
I'm just.
What happens? Do you just watch one video and then it's like it gets stuck?
I don't know. What are you looking up?
Well, this one was sharks.
Well, then that makes sense that there was a great white shark.
But then that popped up. So it was pictures of that. It was like a picture of this lady that fell off a cliff.
We laugh at inappropriate things.
She fell off
Constantly.
a cliff because she was like... She hit a log on her run.
That's why you don't run.
But she had taken a picture. Her boyfriend or something had taken a picture before that. Like, look at her, she's running, and then woo, off the cliff. Like, anyways, that was on there. The picture of that, it said, picture of a girl from Rodney and Kyla's, from serial killer Rodney, before she passed away, before they found her.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I just don't.
She had one shoe on, so it's like she had been chased around. I'm gonna check my TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
It was a lot of dance stuff today.
Dance?
Yeah.
Like dances?
Yeah.
TikTok dances?
I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
What?
How would your Mom, how did you dance in the 80s?
Oh yeah, I know what video that is.
Yeah.
I seen one of those videos today.
Have you seen the Chinese dance one?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
All right.
Do you ever get any tarot readers on your TikTok?
What's a tarot reader?
Like tarot cards?
No.
You don't ever get those?
I very rarely don't get any paranormal stuff.
I get that. I got this one video of this paranormal. This girl's like, I'm trying to capture her on camera, and she like is sitting at like her vanity or whatever, and behind her is a door, and then you see something in the door, and she's like, if I don't check on it frequently, it makes itself even more known. And then it was like tapping, and you can see his hand tapping, but I'm pretty sure it was faked.
Oh yeah, they're good at that. I have looked up like serial killers' last words or what they talk about, and then once you get that, I watched that whole thing.
See?
He always comes up, though.
Yeah.
He comes up mostly because on the dating game thing.
Because everyone else is thinking how ridiculous that is as well. That he's on the dating game. That a serial killer who has committed crimes and been arrested and extradited back to states somehow made it on TV to date a woman, and that is his victim. Like, those are his victims, women or children, and he was a camp counselor. That's why it's ridiculous.
Well,
see, I don't look at pictures, and I don't necessarily read too much into the victims themselves, because I think that would be too disturbing and too upsetting for me. I know it sounds stupid. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. I like to research, like, the things, like, what happened in their, like, previously,
what made them be what
early
they are.
life, then how it progressed, and then how they get caught, and the things they do in between getting caught.
This is different than the last one.
Not necessarily like the specific crimes, but like, I guess I look at it more from the psychology side of it.
Well, this one's different. Like, I don't see a lot of things that, like with Gary Ridgway, with our first episode of this season, you know, he had, it's like textbook MO for serial killers.
Yeah.
This guy was educated, got a degree.
I think he got 2, to be honest.
Maybe he went to 2 colleges at least.
Well, he did. I don't think he got the second one because, you know, he got caught.
Super smart.
And his early childhood.
His dad left, but that's happened to millions of people.
Over half of the world
Yeah.
has, well, they call a broken family or whatever. It's not broken, but you know what I mean. Like, the parents aren't together. Half of the people. So if we're going off of that, and based off what we said last week, if the FBI only suspects 25 to 50 people that are currently active serial killers, but we're going off of, if you come from a broken home, you're possibly a serial killer, then that number needs to be way up there.
They don't get away with it nowadays as much.
No.
People do the research.
Yes.
People, like, honestly, I can't believe the dating game.
That's why I'm laughing.
Wouldn't, like, fill out this paperwork. Have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, are you convicted?
Are you...
Without murdering anyone, have you been convicted of a violent crime or on the sexual predator list?
I feel like the counseling job, that should be in the application.
Yeah.
You're messing with, you're teaching kids.
I like how you had to rearrange multiple times to make that sound right.
Right. It wasn't going to go good.
No. But, like, when you're around kids and your first victim is a child, you would think...
Where was that on the questionnaire?
Yeah.
Write your name down. Previous jobs.
Yeah.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony? It's on there.
Now?
In the 80s?
I don't know. I wasn't born till 88. So you tell me. Was it on there?
This is 2 weeks in a row. You've attacked my age.
Was it on there? I'm asking for,
I didn't have a job in the 80s.
Are you sure?
I was super close, though.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
I swear to God, keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm just saying. I definitely didn't have a job in the 80s.
It should have been on there.
Yeah. It should have been. Who knows? Anybody who was, getting a job in the 80s, was it on your application?
Matt? That was good.
That was good. But yeah, so I think this one I just find ridiculous. Like, when I laugh, I'm like, it's funny because it's ridiculous. Like, seriously?
He shouldn't have got this far.
Come on. I feel like this is how we're going to feel about a bunch of people that we talk about this season.
This might take the cake.
Publicly on television.
Every place that he went, he should have never been able to do that.
I know.
Had that, and if you hear this, had that girl testified, he may have never had the opportunity to do anything else. But I understand she was probably terrified.
No, I get it. I wouldn't want to.
I never wanted to be in the same area ever again. It was terrible. That guy should rot in hell forever.
Yes.
And I hope that when he was dying, his battle was just terrible. Because he got to live in prison, and he got to get food, and he got to lift weights. That's ridiculous. He got to do all the things and just live out his life after taking those people.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
He is. I agree.
Rodney.
Cutler.
All right.
All right. On that note, I think we're done for the day.
Okay.
Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We're hoping that you're liking this season. Tune in next week to find out what the next serial killer we're talking about is. Are we going to do just men this year? Or this season? Or are we going to do women too?
You pick it out. You pick the next one. No, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
And then you get the next one.
I also kind of want to see if people... We're not going to tell you who picked who, but I kind of want to see if they can figure out, based off of the stuff, which one of us picked the person to talk about.
I'm saving the... I need the season finale one.
Okay. I'll give it to you. I'll allow it.
Thanks. So, yeah, I've already got that one picked out.
Okay. Anyway.
You already know. Right? Do you know? You should know.
I feel like I probably know, but like, you know.
Okay.
We'll talk about it off of this, okay? So anyway, make sure to like, subscribe, download, and follow, and go out there and make every day an adventure.
Yes.
Bye.
See you soon.